Hey guys, how you doing? I would like to show you my daily driver. I'm driving this car for over a year, so I think I have something to say about it. So I bought it from the first owner. At the first glance, doesn't look that bad. The condition of the paint looks good, but it's all wet. It's all clean now. But when it dries up, you can clearly see that it's been through some hell throughout its years. So it's a 2002 Prius. It's a US model. You can see here some paint flaking from the front bumper, right? Some small fender bender maybe in here. The lights are pretty foggy. I already tried to polish them, but after a year it just is coming back, so I believe I need to replace it. Yeah, I didn't have the original wheels for the car, so I purchased the Volkswagen wheels. I think they sit pretty good. They just need the center lock on it, and I think the car looks pretty decent with it. I really love driving this car. It drives like a new car. It has the Toyota hybrid system, first generation system. It's really smooth. It doesn't have a lot of power, but up to 50 kilometers an hour it's really zippy. Yeah, it's also not that small inside. It's really roomy. Yeah, I can see here there's some scars like in here, right? Yeah, I hit some cones here, so this is all metal, so that's also interesting. The bumper starts right here, so yeah, so this is all metal, right? The corrosion is not that bad. Like, if you are considering that this car for last 15 years was in Poland, where we have very harsh weather conditions and we use really tough chemistry on the cars, you can really tell that it's not really bad. Like, this is like from the times that Toyota really took really care when it comes to corrosion proof materials. All right, you can see here, look how thick this paint is. You see this? It's crazy, right? It's really good. Like, there's some things, small things here. There was bigger plate in the car, that's why it has holes in it. Yeah, is a vent for the hybrid system right here. I had to refurbish the battery. The car is still on its original battery. I didn't replace any cells. All I did was clean the end links, the fuse links for it, and I just kept driving it. It charged perfectly, so I have no battery errors if I keep driving the car. Right, the worst spot on the car is this side seal right here. I believe it was just improperly fixed at some point. But yeah, see, the paint is flaking a little bit. Right, the whole door was also damaged. You can see it here. Right, so yeah, that's the worst spot on the whole car. So I think that for a Toyota it's really good. Right, the whole interior is trashed. I tried to glue this, but I didn't do a good job. But yeah, but I had the seats washed, cleaned thoroughly, and they came out pretty nice. Like I mentioned before, there's a lot of legroom here, a lot of it, so it's really comfortable. The armrest could be a little bit higher, but still it has a big space in here for keeping your stuff. You have cup holder here, radio, original Toyota CD player, for 1 disc. Yeah, this has center gauges like the Yaris, and it also has the same issue like any other Prius first gen. See, the steering wheel's flaking, so I bought this steering wheel cover and just keep driving. Also, another thing that I would like to mention is that the paint on the roof is just cracking. I don't know why. The car was never crashed, so I don't know what happened here. You can see some rust in here, just a little bit, but yeah. So let's take a look at the inside. Right, I use a FM transmitter for the car. because it doesn't have the auxiliary input. The drive selector is pretty weird. You need to get used to it, especially that it's right by the ignition. Yeah, okay, so let's see if it starts, right? Car started right up.
Bluetooth connected.
Right, it has a check engine. It's from the oxygen sensor that I need to replace. Otherwise, I didn't do anything with the car. I just, like I mentioned before, I cleaned the end links, the fusible links, and changed the oil in the transmission, in the engine, and that's about it. Right, and let's take a look under the hood. Where is it? Okay. As you can see, I tried to polish the headlight, this one, but it didn't came out that good. It was pretty good, but you know, after a year, it just keeps going back. Everything's stuck here, no modifications whatsoever. I didn't even replace the infamous inverter pump. When the inverter system works fine, I didn't have to add any fluids, you know, so yeah. And the car, I believe, is still original plugs even, which is weird, but I already have the new set already. But until it's working fine, doesn't throw any codes, I'm gonna keep driving it. Recently the AC stopped working. I believe there's some small leak in the system, so I'm gonna have it checked out at some point. Yeah, and like you can see, the used version has the side markers, which are pretty neat. If you ask me, at first I was on the fence with them, but I just got used to them. It's a pretty neat car. It drives lovely, really. It's just so amazing to drive. It reminds me of my 7 Series E38. It's just so smooth, you know, maybe not that fast, but really smooth, you know, like it's really nice. The space in the back is decent. It's not enormous in the back, but you know, it's really decent. It's not that bad. Like, everything just came out pretty nice. Right, the material is nice and soft to the touch. Really nice seats. You know, the door cards in the back are much better condition than the ones in the front, obviously. It also has a child lock feature, so you can get the children transported safely in the back. Right, the weird spoiler in the back. It's pretty handy when you're parking. So this is my daily, guys. You know, I strongly recommend getting them. They're getting really cheap at this point, and they are not really that bad. You can see the small spots here and there, but it's just nothing, if you ask me. If you are considering the conditions that the car was used in, it's really nothing. So I strongly recommend it as a daily driver. It's really cheap, really nice to drive. I'm getting about 47 mpg right now in the mixed environment, which goes to about 5.3 liters per 100 kilometers. At winter, when I use the car, it goes up a little bit, up to 6.1 liters, so about 1 liter per 100 kilometers, which is not bad, considering that I just keep the car running until I'm gonna shovel the snow from the car. It takes like 10-15 minutes. It heats up really nice. The heater works really good. You know, it's really nice to drive in the winter. It drives really solid because of the batteries in the back. Okay, let me just show you the trunk and the battery pack, where it sits at. Okay, let's take the key, because my line is broken here. You can open the trunk here. However, not in this one. You know, I didn't bother fixing it. You know, because, like I said, it's just a daily driver. It's not something I'm going to keep under the blanket, right? So the trunk is not that bad, really. And the used version doesn't fold the seat, so I just removed the seat cover so I can remove the seat in one fluent movement. Right, the AGM battery sits right here. Oh, there's like honey here. Huh? I need to get it to my house. Huh? So yeah, so the AGM battery sits right here, and this is the big battery pack underneath right here. So it's really easy to take care of. I also have the original spare underneath and the original stuff, so that was really nice, because like I mentioned, I bought the car from the original owner. I also have this section right here. I just didn't bother putting it up. The car is complete. Right, so yeah, so this sums up my quick walk around. I really love this car, guys. Really, it was just really good. Oh yeah, I know what I did. I replaced the front shocks and the front brakes. You can see the rotors. I didn't buy anything brand. I bought some cheap stuff. I just decided to buy a little bit better front shocks. I think there are KOAB shocks. They are half the price of the original OEM Toyota ones, and the car rides really nice. Before it was jumping all over the place. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Like, if you would like to see my other cars that I drive, that I store, that I handle, or maybe some of my other friends' cars, just let me know in the comments. And have fun and love these cars. They're really cheap and really fun to drive. Take care.